My beloved child, stop shutting down that feeling inside you. It isn't panic. It's me. You've been tossing in bed with thoughts that won't settle, your heart spinning while people around you can't see it. I've been nudging your spirit, not to confuse you, but to wake you. You felt it when the room fell quiet, when your scrolling paused, when the world's noise faded just long enough for something eternal to whisper your name. That whisper was mine. I've been reaching for your attention, not to weigh you down, but to uncover what you've been missing. You've walked through days with questions no one could answer. I have not been silent. I've been waiting for you to notice the voice that has never left your side. I must speak now before the next wave reaches you. I'm not only calling you, I'm drawing you into the safest place, my presence. You're not crazy. You're not imagining this. You're not being dramatic. That sense that something bigger is unfolding is real. The pressure in your chest that won't fade, that's me. It's time to listen. You've passed by moments I put right in front of you. The small interruptions, the delays, the uneasy pause you labeled as chance. None of it was random. Not the talk you overheard, not the dream you brushed off, not the timing that felt strange. I tried to speak gently so you'd notice the signs. Now I'm raising my voice, not in anger, but in mercy. I'm not waiting for collapse to tell you what I'm protecting you from. You've seen the cracks. You felt the shift. This cannot be ignored. You can't stay where you are. I must break through the fog before your next choice is made without me. I've waited for the right moment, and the window is narrowing. Do not delay. Do not scroll past me again. I need your spirit awake, your ears open, your heart turned toward me. Don't wait for regret to prove my voice was real. Hear me now before you miss what your soul has been asking for. You've carried something so heavy that it numbed parts of you. Your smile can't hide your tiredness. You tried to pray it off, work it off, sleep it off, ignore it, but it stayed. That weight was never yours to carry alone. I saw the moment it landed on you, and I never looked away. I've been trying to get close enough to lift it, but your hands stayed tight, your heart guarded, your trust uncertain. You're waiting for someone to understand, but even the closest can't see how deep the pressure goes. You need more than comfort. You need intervention. You need me. I'm not asking for explanations, performance, or quick fixes. I'm asking for permission to lift it. Let me step into the broken space. Let me enter the tension you've learned to live with. Let me break the rhythm of heaviness that became your normal. I am here, now, not later. I'm ready to hold what you weren't made to carry another day. Your tears were never unseen. Every silent cry, every moment you held it together for others while you unraveled inside, I saw it. You hid your face in a pillow so no one would hear. You whispered to the air, wondering if anyone listened. I was there. I didn't flinch at your pain. I didn't pull away when you questioned me. I leaned closer. Now I want to do more than watch. I want to comfort. I want to gather those tears and show you they weren't wasted. Healing is ready to pour out, but it starts with your yes. You've been strong for too long, pushing through for everyone else. This holy pause is for you. I came not only to hear your sorrow, but to hold you in it. Don't hide pain from the one who heals. Don't wipe your own tears when my hand is reaching for your face. I'm not ashamed of your weakness. I'm drawn to it. Let the tears fall in my presence, and I'll turn them into a story of hope. Let it be now, not another night, not another delay, not another partial surrender. You don't see what's gathering in the shadows. The enemy has noticed your growth. He knows you're getting close to something holy and dangerous to his plans. That's why confusion grew louder. That's why temptation sharpened. That's why the hits feel personal, because they are. But I did not bring you this far to leave you uncovered. I'm not only warning you, I'm handing you a weapon. I'm giving you armor you forgot to wear. Don't trust your emotions to guide the next wave. They will fail you. Don't lean only on logic. It will mislead you. You need spiritual sight. You need alignment with heaven. You can't walk into the next season with a distracted heart. I'm speaking urgently because I want you armed, alert, and anchored. I want you standing in peace, not panic. The war is real, and so is my victory. Let me train you. Let me fill you. Let me shield you. The storm won't wait. Neither should you. You've heard many voices lately, opinions, predictions, pressure dressed as advice. Some sounded wise, even spiritual. Some came from people you love and trust. Still, a quiet unrest kept stirring because what they said and what your spirit sensed did not match. That disapproval you feel when you're told to move on, be realistic, or do what makes sense, that's not confusion. That's discernment protecting you. I've been training your ears to know my voice in the crowd. I allowed other voices to grow loud so you would crave my clarity. Now I need you to shut every other voice out. Not because all are wrong, but because only I see the full picture. I see traps behind good intentions. I see control dressed as kindness. I see consequences you can't imagine. I'm not asking for blind obedience. I'm asking for sacred alignment. You don't need a crowd to obey me. You don't need approval from those who never heard what I whispered to you. I was there when the night tried to swallow you. I held you when everything fell apart. I never lied. I never failed. I won't start now. I know surrendering what people call safe is scary. I know stepping out of expectations hurts, but I'm calling you higher into what's pure and steady. You won't reach it by following voices that don't carry my spirit. Many will try to sway your next step, but only one voice leads to destiny. You don't need their map, you need my presence. Their praise is brief, my covering is forever. Their opinions shift like sand. My word is rock. I'm the shepherd you promised to follow. I'm the friend who never betrayed you. I am truth in a noisy world. Trust me now, and I won't just guide you. I will establish you in places your critics never imagined. Decide now. Will you chase the crowd or follow the whisper that never led you wrong? This isn't about what's popular. It's about what's holy. When I speak, it's not just to soothe you, it's to rescue you. Turn down the noise, step away from the chaos, fix your heart on my voice. I will lead you. I will carry you. But I must be the voice you truly follow from this moment on. You've pleaded with me in quiet moments, asking questions you were too tired to say out loud. You asked why certain doors stayed shut, why pain walked beside you, why confusion lingered after you prayed. You treated silence like denial when it was timing, guarding you from answers that were too early. Now the time has come. I'm not far. I'm standing at the edge of your breakthrough, closer than your breath. I hold the answers that will bring light to the years you wandered through fog. But I can't release what I've prepared while you keep running in circles. You waited long for me to speak. Now that I am, do not hesitate. What I'm placing in your hands won't just explain your past, it will position your future. You've moved with half-lit understanding, living on glimpses, making choices, and hoping not to fall. I'm offering clarity that steadies your steps and aligns you with heaven's next move. This moment feels weighty because you're at a threshold. Thresholds demand decisions. You can't stay between the old and the new. I'm extending my hand, not in theory, but in truth. The questions that haunted you will rest in my answers if you step toward me with full surrender. What I show you may disrupt your comfort, but confirm your calling. You may lose some things, even some people, but you'll gain me more deeply than ever. The delay wasn't punishment, it was protection. The silence wasn't neglect, it was strategy. Answers withheld kept you from rooms that couldn't hold your purpose. Now I'm speaking, and I won't hold back. My voice will cut through doubt. My truth will quiet the lies whispering shame. You asked for clarity. Brace yourself, because I will give it. Clarity requires courage. Stop postponing your response. The blessing I'm releasing is time-sensitive. Your obedience will create ripples that reach beyond your life. This isn't about answers for comfort. It's about alignment for accuracy. I'm not here to offer options. I'm giving instruction. What I reveal will bring peace, not because it's easy, but because it's true. You've wondered enough. Come and hear me. I've been waiting at the edge of your story with insight that shifts everything. Do not delay when what you cried for is ready to be spoken over you in the stillness of surrender. You've carried this weight so long that it feels normal. I see how it's wearing you down in ways others can't. You smile and function, perform and endure, but your strength is thinning. You weren't made to hold shame, impossible expectations, or the pressure to fix what only I can restore. You took on burdens in silence, convinced you had to be strong for everyone, afraid that if you fell apart, everything would crumble. That isn't strength. Strength is trusting me enough to lay it down. I never asked you to carry what breaks you. That pressure you call yours isn't a crown. It's a chain. I didn't design you for chains. I designed you for freedom. You've tried to solve what surrender heals. You've absorbed pain that wasn't yours to keep, trying to hold people together and stop everything from falling apart. In trying to save it all, you've been losing yourself. I see your tired soul. I see the silent part that stopped dreaming and is just trying to make it through another day. I want that part too, the one without answers. I'm not here to judge your cracks. I'm here to cradle your exhaustion, put it in my hands. Yes, even that. The weight of that relationship, the pressure to be perfect, the guilt over what happened, the fear of what might. You were never meant to be your own savior. I am. The heaviness in your chest isn't weakness, it's proof you've been carrying what was always mine. You don't impress me by pretending it's fine. I didn't come for a performance. I came to offer release, but I won't take what you won't loosen. There's no shame in letting go. The danger is holding on past what your soul can bear. Don't wait to collapse before admitting you're tired. Let me step in now and lift what's crushing you. The world doesn't need your perfection, it needs your obedience. Obedience begins by laying it down. I'm not asking you to fix it, I'm asking you to trust me with it. I'm not waiting for you to figure it out, I'm waiting for your yes. When you do, you'll feel it. The shift, the lightness, the lifting of a weight that was never yours. Let me be your refuge. Let me carry what you cannot. Do it now. The longer you hold it, the deeper the damage. I won't watch you break under something I died to free you from. What you feel right now, that stir in your chest, the quiet in your mind, is not panic. It's my spirit. I'm alerting you, not to scare you, but to prepare you. I don't move in fear, I move in love. My love won't let you walk into what's ahead unprepared. Things are forming beyond what you see, choices by others that will affect you. Change is moving quickly. I won't stay silent when your next steps matter this much. You don't realize how close you are to a turning point. One response, one delay, one misplaced trust could cost more than you know. That's why I've been pressing your heart, pulling you from distraction, tugging your attention when you try to numb yourself. You call it heaviness, but it's urgency. Me prompting you to pause where danger hides behind a smile. You've given second chances to things I told you to leave. You've negotiated with delay, telling yourself it's not serious yet. It is. I'm telling you now because I love you too much to let you be surprised. This isn't punishment, it's protection. I'm not shaming you into fear. I'm calling you into wisdom. You don't need to brace for ruin, but you must decide. You've stayed long in a place growing unstable under your feet. It may look fine, but I see the fault line. That habit you excuse, that relationship you defend, that pattern you downplay. I see the collapse if it isn't faced. My urgency isn't to embarrass you, it's to save you from what you can't see. I'm offering clarity before confusion is crafted. I'm redirecting before the trap is finished. I'm interrupting the ordinary because what's coming requires extraordinary obedience. Don't demand another sign when your spirit already knows it's me. Don't say next week or one more try. There's no room for delay when your peace and purpose are at risk. I'm not rushing you, I'm realigning you. What I plan needs your full attention. You can't receive the next thing while keeping a foot in what I warned you to leave. The shaking you feel is me removing what would wound you and positioning what I've preserved for you. Hear me, this is love speaking with urgency before the moment passes. Your response now will shape what unfolds next. There are blows I stopped before they reached you. You didn't hear the words meant to cut you. You didn't see the plans made behind your back. Darkness waited for a perfect moment to strike, but I stepped in. I redirected what you were never meant to carry. I didn't ask for praise. I guarded you like a father who doesn't need credit. Now I can't stay quiet. You're at a threshold, and what follows depends on your choice. Listen closely. A door is about to open, divine in origin, but timing matters. If you walk through it unprepared, it could become a trap instead of a blessing. The enemy doesn't only use chaos. He waits behind opportunity, hiding destruction inside what looks like favor. If your heart isn't aligned, you'll mistake distraction for destiny. That's why I'm speaking so clearly. You can't guess your way forward. You need precision, revelation, my word anchoring you before the invitation arrives. I've shielded you before. I've covered you when you didn't ask. Now I want partnership, not just survival. I want your willing yes. I want to train your eyes to see beyond the surface. Not every open door is mine. Not every yes belongs to you. Not every compliment is clean. You're stepping into a time where discernment protects you, and my voice guides you. I won't force you, but I will counsel you. The choice is yours, but the outcome will follow your response. Don't confuse motion with progress. Fast isn't always me. You've waited a long time for breakthrough. I'm not holding it back, but I want you strong enough to carry it. You asked for new things. I am bringing them. If you try to carry them with old habits, the weight will crush you. This door isn't just a gift, it's a shift in identity. You won't be the same, and I want you aware of what it requires. Pause with me. Quiet your fears, silence opinions. Lay aside the need to perform. I have something to show you before the moment arrives. I won't protect you in silence anymore. I want you to know I'm guiding you into something holy and full of purpose. Type yes if you are ready for the blessings that you are about to receive. And if you believe in Christianity, kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. Slow down enough to hear. The door will open, but what you step into depends on what you hear from me before you move. I know what they mean to you. I know how much you've invested, time, energy, tears, hope. But I also see what you don't want to admit. Some of the people closest to your heart are pulling you away from the path I set. They were part of your past, but not all are meant for your future. Some bonds, though familiar, are tied to compromise. Some voices, though comforting, drown out mine. As you try to move forward while staying tied to them, you're being pulled apart where you should be rooted. I see the quiet erosion, and I won't stay silent. That's why you felt uneasy around them. That's why your peace vanishes after you leave. That's why your spirit feels cloudy, even if nothing obvious happened. It's not about an event. It's about assignments. You carry something sacred. Not everyone is built to carry it with you. Some connections drain your strength, thin your discernment, and soften your convictions. If you're not careful, they'll steer you until you no longer recognize my direction. I'm not asking you to hate them. I'm asking you to surrender them. I'm not telling you to stop loving. I'm telling you to honor your calling. Where I'm taking you requires boundaries, even when it aches. You can't heal in a place that keeps reopening wounds. You can't grow near those who resent your change. You can't obey me fully while trying to keep peace with what opposes my voice. I saw the promises you made. I know your loyalty. But are you more loyal to them than to me? You ask for clarity and elevation, but I can't bring it while you cling to what contradicts it. I've prepared appointments ahead, but you'll miss them if you stay tangled in what I never designed for your destiny. This isn't blame, it's obedience. If you let me cut what slows you down, I'll bring relationships that strengthen you. If you trust me to walk away from what pulls you backward, I'll surround you with those who pull you toward purpose. I'm not cruel, I'm protective. I'm not taking something from you, I'm making room. You say you want more, but more can't come while the room is full. Hear my gentle warning. If you hold on to what I said to release, you'll delay what I want to pour out. Let go. Not because they are evil, but because your time together is over. Let go, not from bitterness, but to honor your calling. Let go, not to punish them, but to protect what I placed in you. I know it hurts. It feels like loss. Trust me, obedience will open the door to your next miracle. You will look back and thank me for the separation that made space for glory. You've mistaken conviction for condemnation. That's not what this is. I'm not exposing you to punish you. I'm reaching you before harm catches up. You've been walking a ledge without seeing how close it is to a fall. It's been subtle, one compromise, one excuse, one small delay dressed as reason. But it's growing. What you think you manage in private is becoming too big to hide. I love you too much to watch without stepping in. My voice isn't angry, it's urgent. My tone isn't wrath, it's protective. I'm not turning away. I'm standing between you and what aims to derail you. You numbed yourself to the warnings because guilt hurts, but guilt isn't my tool. I use conviction to wake you, truth to protect you. The truth is this. Something ahead is crafted to steal what I put inside you. If you ignore this, you'll end up in a place you were never meant to be. surrounded by things you thought you could control but can't. I've seen the tug of war, your desire to please me and your longing to avoid discomfort. Discomfort now is better than damage later. You think you'll change when life settles, but this is the moment that needs your full attention. The longer you delay, the tighter the grip. The longer you stay, the harder it is to hear me. I'm not calling for performance. I'm calling for surrender. Not because you failed, but because I see the outcome and I'm fighting for you. I've placed too much in you to let compromise win. You're too valuable to stay stuck in what drains you. I'm not asking you to prove yourself. I'm asking you to trust me enough to let go before it's too late. Others may not understand. Some will criticize your shift. They don't know what I'm saving you from. You don't owe them an explanation. You owe me your obedience. This is bigger than what feels right. It's about what leads to life. I'm not pushing you away. I'm pulling you out of toxic cycles, numbness, deception, and spaces where your light dims and your spirit grows tired. This is not rejection. It's rescue. I'm interrupting your path, not to control you, but to realign you with why I made you. Even now, I stand with open arms, not with a list of mistakes, but with a plan for freedom. Recognize the weight of this moment. This isn't just another message. It's a divine intervention, your wake-up call. Not because you're unworthy, but because you're mine. I never stop pursuing the ones I love, and I won't stop until you're safe in the center of what I designed. Don't stare at what you're losing. Look at what you're being saved from. Walk away from the edge now, and later you'll see why I shouted before it was too late. This may feel like an ordinary day, but there's a battle around your life you can't see. Today wasn't random. It was targeted. The enemy studied your patterns, your weak spots, your tired moments. He knows when your guard is down, when you're distracted, when you're weary enough to give in. He planned for today to be the day you step back, compromise quietly, or settle for less than I promised. But he didn't plan for my interruption. He marked it for a fall. I marked it for freedom. While darkness set traps in secret, I set up an escape before the snare could snap. I'm not reacting. I'm reigning. I didn't see his scheme and panic. I answered with strategy. That strategy is this word, my voice reaching you mid-battle, pulling you back into alignment before the unseen blow lands. You think it's only a bad mood, a tough talk, a familiar temptation, but it's deeper. He wanted today to prove you haven't changed. He wanted it to declare you're still his to torment. He forgot that I fight for my children. I'm not just warning, I'm surrounding. Angels stand around you now, blocking threats you can't name. The atmosphere is shifting because I've declared today won't be your defeat. Today will be your exit, your day to walk away from what drains you, to take authority instead of making excuses, to know you never fought alone. You've wondered why today feels heavier, why your emotions swing, why your thoughts are loud. He tried to turn this into a defining loss. I turned it into a defining breakthrough. He planned your disconnection. I called your return. He wanted confusion. I'm flooding you with clarity and shaking off the fog. But you must respond. This isn't motivational talk, it's rescue in real time. What you do now sets the course ahead. He can't win without your permission. Don't open the door. Don't entertain the voices of failure, regret, lust, comparison, or defeat. He's throwing everything because he knows what happens if you stand. He fears the impact you'll have when you walk out of this mental prison. That's why the fight is fierce. But you are not powerless. My spirit in you is greater than what's coming against you. Rise, not in fear, but in fire. Rise knowing you're protected. Rise knowing that even when you didn't see danger, I already stopped it. This day doesn't belong to your past or your weakness. It belongs to me, and I've already claimed your victory. You've tried to read what you can see, but that's only the surface. Underneath, I've been moving, arranging connections, shifting pieces, releasing what was held back. Don't let the quiet fool you. The unseen is active. Locked doors are being unsealed. In rooms you haven't entered, your name is being spoken with favor. People are stirring, assignments are shifting. I'm working in hearts and minds to prepare the path you're about to walk. You are not an afterthought. You are central to a larger move. Come closer so I can show you how deep it goes. Attacks formed against you were stopped before they matured. Blessings held back would have been premature. Now I'm syncing everything to the right time. Many delays you cried about were shields in disguise. You saw missed chances. I saw traps hiding behind what looked like progress. So I slowed it down, not because I forgot you, but because I won't send you unarmored. You thought nothing was happening. I've been building your answer in layers. Like a seed underground, growth has been hidden, not still. Roots formed, foundations strengthened. What's about to break the surface will be clear to all. I'm speaking now so you're aware when the shift comes. I don't want you startled by blessings that look unfamiliar, or suspicious of doors that open fast, or calling acceleration chaos. Recognize that what's coming was born from obedience and battle, not luck. Your faith, your resilience, your private yeses, all of it has activated a wave of favor about to appear. Favor draws pressure. When things align, the enemy will try to distract you with noise and stir fear as fulfillment begins. I'm telling you now so you won't flinch, mislabel the movement, or shrink when new weight touches your hands. You won't panic when I move you from waiting to walking. You won't be unprepared. I've been preparing you, even when you didn't notice. I worked behind the curtain while you learned to stand in the dark. The light is rising, and so are you. Walk with awareness. Stay sensitive. Keep in step. Stay humble. The next chapter won't start with fanfare. It starts with obedience. What you've prayed for wasn't denied. It was under construction. The final details are being finished. The quiet isn't a pause. It's the stillness before the door swings wide. When it does, you'll see nothing was wasted. Not the tears, not the silence, not the waiting. It all became part of the unseen masterpiece I've been painting with your surrender. You asked me for direction in midnight hours, begged for signs in traffic, whispered prayers in noise, and asked me to make it plain. I heard everyone, even the ones you dismissed because the answer didn't come fast. Now here I am, plain, direct, undeniable. This line, this moment, it's the clarity you wanted. No riddles, no delays. I'm speaking because it's time to act. You thought clarity would feel safe. True clarity brings responsibility. I'm not giving this so you can think about it for another season. I'm giving it because hesitation has run out. See what I see. The open door is already in front of you. Fear of the unknown kept you from noticing the simple path of my voice. I don't make it complicated. I speak alignment. I'm aligning you now with the version of you I've been forming in secret. You are not who you were 6 months ago. I've refined your character, softened your heart, stretched your faith so that when this moment arrived, you wouldn't second guess what's required. So hear me again. This is the answer. Yes, walk away from what no longer carries my breath. Yes, step into the place that scares you even if no one claps. Yes, Begin what I placed in you, even if it doesn't make sense to others. Stop asking for permission to do what I already confirmed. You don't need a louder word when the whisper was already mine. You asked for dreams. I gave them. You asked for confirmation. I sent it through unlikely people right on time. You asked for peace in the unknown. I gave it. Now trust that clarity has arrived. Not in fragments, but in full. Don't dismiss the timing. You're reading this right now by design. I lined up this moment to interrupt confusion and hand you direction. This isn't just another message. It's the voice you asked to hear. Move forward. Move now. Move with confidence, not because you know every step, but because you know who is calling. Clarity isn't just instruction. It's impartation. I won't give you a path without grace to walk it. Stop second-guessing what you know is me. Stop comparing what I said to what others expect. Stop asking me to speak when I already am. You don't need more time. You need more trust. Step now, even with trembling feet, and you'll see that the clarity you wanted wasn't a map. It was me. I've always been your clarity. I still am. Don't delay. What you asked for is here, and I'm placing it in front of you now. You've been moving faster than your spirit can carry, chasing obligations, timelines, and pressure I never assigned. Your calendar is full, your mind racing, your energy scattered. You call it responsibility. I call it overload. I didn't create you for burnout. What you're building won't last if it's built on exhaustion. I didn't tell you to run without rest. I didn't ask you to answer every call, fill every gap, or fix every crisis. Somewhere you believed that slowing down meant falling behind. But you're already behind, in peace, in stillness, in hearing me. Speed isn't proof of purpose. Obedience is. I'm asking you to interrupt your own momentum so you don't sabotage what I'm trying to place in your hands. You carry something sacred, a calling that needs focus and depth. Depth isn't found in hurry, it's found in stillness with me. You rushed from task to task to prove you're okay and to outrun failure. True strength is in the pause where I set the pace. The world praises hustle. I'm inviting you into holy rhythm, a rhythm where rest is strategy and silence is full of revelation. I'm not moved by constant motion, I'm moved by surrender. Breathe, not because everything is handled, but because I am. Slow down, not because the work isn't important, but because rushing will ruin it. I see you running on fumes. I see the signs you ignored. Short temper, thin prayer life, loss of joy, constant noise. You tried to power through. I didn't call you to survive. I called you to steward. What I placed in you is too precious to be crushed by overcommitment. I'm not asking you to quit your life. I'm asking to reorder it. Let me show you what matters. Let me bring you back into alignment where your soul can breathe. If you keep this pace without me, you'll miss what you were born to birth. The enemy doesn't have to steal your calling if he can keep you too busy to carry it. That's why I'm speaking with urgency, not to stop your movement, but to redeem it. This is an inward pause, a return to me, letting me set the pace again. In that obedience, I'll restore what rushing tried to break. Rest resets your vision, aligns your heart, and revives what suffocation tried to kill. Slow down now, not when the schedule clears, not when others approve. Slow down because I said so. In that yes, I'll begin to restore. Right now, in this very second, I'm drawing you deeper than before. This isn't a passing emotion. This is a holy invitation into a new measure of your calling, one that's been waiting for your yes. You're not here by accident. I orchestrated this to wake what's been sleeping in you. You survived faithfully. Now I'm calling you to thrive in what I designed. A sacred shift is happening and you stand in the center. Your pain prepared you. Your waiting qualified you. Your hidden obedience opened gates that are unlocking in your direction. Treat this moment for what it is, not just a message, but a divine appointment. Every battle, every quiet surrender led here. I'm not calling you because you've arrived. I'm calling you because you're ready to begin again at a higher level. This phase needs deeper trust, but it will reveal more of me. You're not being elevated to impress anyone. You're being lifted because your character can carry what your prayers ask for. It feels unfamiliar to let go of control, but I'm not asking you to leap blind. I'm asking you to move with reverence, knowing I go before you. What you sense is purpose unlocking from within. Even the atmosphere is shifting. Heaven is leaning in, not because you're perfect, but because you're positioned. You passed unseen tests. You were pruned in silence. You were faithful when walking away seemed easier. Now I'm opening a door no one can shut. Don't enter casually. Don't carry the old mindset into a new room. This is holy ground. Give me your full attention. Walk in authority, not anxiety. In confidence, not comparison. In identity, not insecurity. This is the line between what was and what is. You're crossing over, not just in feelings or thoughts, but in spirit, into an assignment that carries legacy. Others may not understand. You may not have words yet, your spirit does. That's why the old no longer fits. That's why what you once tolerated makes you uneasy. I'm sharpening your discernment and enlarging your capacity. I'm not just working through you, I'm working in you, changing how you carry what's next. See this as sacred, not stressful, holy, not heavy, chosen, not random. You're being set apart, not to be alone, but to be entrusted. Your yes now will echo further than you can dream. Pause. Breathe. Let it sink in. Type yes if you are ready for the blessings that you are about to receive. And if you believe in Christianity, kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. I'm calling you forward, and from here on, everything will carry the fragrance of the sacred if you walk closely with me. You've walked through turbulence that wouldn't quit, shifting plans, setbacks, sudden waves that hit from nowhere. The pressure grew, and so did the noise. You wondered if I saw any of it. I see it all, every wind, every wave, every hidden fight stealing your peace. The storm is real. It pushed you hard. You held on tighter than anyone knows. But real storms don't rule me. I still speak to winds and waves, and they obey. I don't just calm storms, I use them. This chaos didn't surprise me. I allowed it to show you that your foundation isn't your situation. It's me. What you're facing won't destroy you. It's revealing where strength truly comes from. I know you asked me to stop it and begged for quiet. What if I'm teaching you to hear me in the noise? What if the authority you're about to carry can only form when faith grows louder than fear? My silence wasn't absence. Even still, I'm sovereign. The storm didn't come to stay. It came to shift you, away from false anchors and into my presence. Yes, the waves are high and the winds are fierce. I haven't changed. I haven't left the throne. I am here, present and powerful. I never promised a life without storms. I promised to be with you in them. This one won't take you out. It will train and refine you. You'll leave stronger, clearer, and more anchored. Doors closed, support faded. While everything shifts, I remain steady. My word stands, my promises hold. Peace can flood where panic tried to rule. I'm not waiting for calm to speak. I'm speaking in the wind. Look to me. Lift your eyes from the chaos and lock them on mine. I'm not pacing. I'm not afraid. With one sentence, I can still the sea, and I will speak at the right time. Until then, let this deepen your dependence. Let it reveal where you built on sand. Learn that peace is not the absence of trouble, but my presence with you. The storm is real, but so am I. I am in control. I'm holding you above the waters. You will not drown. You will not be defeated. Even the wind knows my name, and it bows when I speak. You've asked why the refining has been so hard, why the stretching and shaking others can't see. It's not random, it's preparation. I'm building something in you that isn't only for you. What grew in the quiet, the compassion after heartbreak, the wisdom from failure, the strength forged in tears, none of it is wasted. It's sacred. You're nearing a moment where your story unlocks someone else's healing. A divine connection is approaching, not casual, but arranged by heaven. The person I'm sending doesn't need your polish. They need your honesty. They won't be moved by your success. They'll be moved by your surrender. You won't have to force words about me. Your scars will speak. Your peace in chaos will draw them. They'll realize what they thought disqualified them is what I want to redeem. For this to happen, know this. What I've given you, perspective, endurance, beauty from brokenness, is ministry. It's the vessel I'll use to reach someone standing where you once stood. That's why I let you walk through fire. I wasn't only rescuing you, I was equipping you to become rescue for another. You are an answer wearing skin. You won't always notice it happening, but rooms will shift when you enter. What you lived through will make someone feel seen. The pain that almost broke you is now a bridge to someone else's breakthrough. When the moment comes, don't hold back. Don't question if you're worthy to speak. Don't silence your testimony. You don't need a performance. You need to be present. I've prepared them and you. This isn't about status. It's about legacy. Planting something eternal in another life. It might be a stranger, it might be someone from your past, it might be brief or the start of years. But it's certain they are coming and you are ready. You may not feel ready, but I've gone before you. The words will come. Your posture will match mine. Healing will begin, not only for them, but for you. Something unlocks when you realize your journey carries purpose beyond your own deliverance. That's why I told you to keep going when you wanted to quit. That's why I whispered one more step when the weight was heavy. I saw this moment. I saw them. I saw your obedience collide with their need, and I will move. Keep your heart open. Stay sensitive. Be alert, not anxious. The one who needs what I placed in you is closer than you think. You'll know it when your spirit whispers, "This is it. I will be with you in the middle, doing what only I can, through a life that said, I'm available." I see how cornered you felt, surrounded by things that won't budge, trying to run while the ground acts like a treadmill. You wonder if anything will change, or if you're stuck in the same loop between desire and disappointment. Hear me now. You are not stuck. You're standing at the edge of something sacred. It isn't a wall, it's a door you haven't opened. That door doesn't require perfect plans. It requires a response. Not a big show, just a real yes to my prompting. You've waited for me to shift the outside, but I've been waiting for you to shift the inside. I've already placed in you what's needed to step forward. That tug in your spirit, that restlessness you can't ignore, that sudden courage rising even with fear, that's me. It's time to move. Maybe not with a dramatic change on the outside, but with a deep alignment inside, into faith, into surrender. The feeling of being stuck is an illusion. You think you need more clarity, more resources, more support. Breakthrough isn't waiting on the outside. It's waiting on a decision within. The moment you respond instead of retreat, things will shift. I'm not asking you to make it happen. I'm asking you to agree with what I'm already doing. When you do, the hard ground will soften. The locked doors will start to open. The weight that threatened to crush you will lift. The power was never in perfection. It's in agreement with my voice. You keep searching for proof that it's safe to act. Faith doesn't wait for safety. It responds to certainty. I am your certainty. I'm not holding your breakthrough hostage. I'm holding it open, waiting for your yes. One step of trust and things begin to realign. One word of obedience and chains start falling. One moment of surrender and heaven moves for you. You don't have to overhaul your life today. Agree with me. Agree that you're still chosen. Agree this isn't your last chapter. Agree my promises still stand when nothing looks like it. Breakthrough rarely arrives as a dramatic scene. It often comes through quiet choices, a whispered prayer, a bold confession, a refusal to give up. Don't underestimate the power of your response. It isn't about striving, it's about yielding. And when you yield, you make space for me to do what you never could on your own. So lift your eyes. Shake off the lie that says you're stuck. You're not buried, you're being positioned. You're not forgotten, you're being preserved. What felt like delay was preparation for a move only obedience can activate. This is your moment. Not because everything is perfect, but because I am present. My presence is all you need to shift from waiting to walking. So take the step, speak the yes, open your heart. You're not far from breakthrough. You're one response away. I've already prepared what's on the other side. You've grown quiet, not because you've lost faith, but because you've run out of words for what you feel. You sit in the same room, walk the same paths, do the same tasks, but inside there's a hush where prayers used to pour. You haven't stopped believing, but something in you is tired of repeating requests that seem unanswered, tired of expressing hope that keeps getting tested, tired of naming pain only to be met with silence. Listen to me. I have never missed a single cry from your spirit. The words you couldn't shape, I translated. The thoughts you couldn't form, I understood. I haven't just listened. I've lingered with you there. Your silence has spoken loudly in heaven. Every pause in prayer was still worship. Every quiet moment of endurance declared you still trust me, even when it hurts too much to say it out loud. Don't believe the lie that silence is distance. It isn't. Sometimes it's reverence. Sometimes it's survival. Sometimes it's the only way your heart stays connected when everything else feels like it's fading. You've been misunderstood by people who think your silence means disengagement. But I see the truth. I know how loud your quiet really is. I know how many things you've held back so others wouldn't worry. I know how many tears you've buried just to get through the day. I know how many answers you're waiting for and how many battles you're fighting without showing them. I'm not overlooking it. I'm honoring it. I'm storing every unspoken ache, every quiet hope, every internal yes, and I'm responding. My response won't always look like sudden change. Sometimes it looks like deeper strength. Sometimes it looks like a peace so real it needs no words. But soon, very soon, I will match your silent surrender with visible fulfillment. What you didn't say, I've written down. What you carried without complaint, I will reward in full. This season of silence has not disqualified you. It has marked you. It made you sensitive in ways others aren't. It trained you to hear the tones of my spirit beneath the world's noise. It shaped you into a vessel that can carry my glory's weight without needing recognition. So don't despise the silence. Don't assume I've been distant. I've been the closest I've ever been. I sat with you in the stillness. I wrapped you in my presence on nights you said nothing but still reached for me in your spirit. Now I'm moving in response to the volume of your quiet faithfulness. Your next season will not be defined by silence. It will be filled with the sound of answered prayers, restored joy, and divine acceleration. But before all that, hold this truth. I see your silence. I hear it. I honor it. I will speak for you in places where your voice was too tired to go. I'm not waiting for louder prayers. I'm responding to the whispers when no one else was around. You are not forgotten, and your silence has not been in vain. I know you hesitated. You told yourself you'd get to it when timing felt right, when pressure eased, when you felt more certain, when support showed up. But that delay, that subtle postponing, puts at risk what I arranged for you. The longer you wait, the more your heart gets used to the comfort of indecision. You start convincing yourself that things aren't as urgent as they are. I'm telling you now, this is your turning point. This is where your decision determines what I release next. You've circled the same options too long. You've wrestled with conviction, weighed consequences, replayed possibilities. While you stall, alignment drifts. My grace to transition is here, but grace has rhythm, not permanence. If you miss this rhythm, you may still move later, but not with the same ease, backing, or covering I'm offering now. This isn't pressure, it's protection. The longer you hesitate, the louder confusion gets. The enemy feeds on delay. He whispers doubts and pauses, distorts clarity in the space between hearing and obeying. The more you postpone, the more room he has to build barriers around what used to be a simple step of faith. I'm not saying this to overwhelm you. I'm saying it because I love you. I see the crossroads you're at. I see the pull to stay with what's familiar, even though it's draining you. I see the fear of choosing wrong, the anxiety about opinions, the uncertainty about success. Beloved, your fear doesn't scare me. I'll lead you even while your hands shake. I'm not waiting for fearless, I'm waiting for faithful. What you shift today may seem small, but it sparks everything I've prepared. I placed red flags in your path, closed doors, and allowed discomfort. Not to punish you, but to push you to this place. Now your yes is the last piece. You don't need every detail. Trust the voice that's never lied to you. You asked for confirmation, I'm giving it now. You asked for another chance. This is it. I'm not speaking to shame you, I'm speaking to spare you. You are not beyond recovery. You haven't missed your purpose. But what you do next matters more than you realize. You don't see the opportunities I've arranged in sequence behind your obedience. But I do. They are waiting, not forever, but now. Don't wait for everyone to understand or for everything to feel perfect. Move, and I will meet you in motion. I'll turn your trembling into stability. I'll take your obedience and multiply it beyond what you thought was possible. It starts here. It starts with surrender, not strategy. You can still change direction and walk into everything I've spoken, but the window is open now, and I'm calling you through it. Don't let this moment pass while you wait for a convenient one. The urgency you feel is not pressure, it's invitation. Answer it while the door is open. Come through. I'll be on the other side, ready to show how much can change the moment you stop waiting and start walking. You've wondered if you missed it. If the vision that once stirred you was just emotion or imagination, you questioned whether it came from me or from your own hopes. Time passed, disappointments piled up, and what felt vibrant now feels buried. Hear me, what I placed in you was never fiction, never temporary, never random. It was divinely planted, watered by obedience, protected through battles you didn't realize were warfare. The dream isn't dead, it grew quiet. Now I'm breathing on it again. I'm calling it back to life. What you once wept over with excitement is still in my plans. It hasn't expired or been replaced. But it needs your faith again. It needs your agreement. I'm not asking you to make it happen. I'm asking you to remember I authored it. You haven't failed. You aren't behind. Yes, you were discouraged. Yes, you set it down for a while. I never asked you to carry it alone. I asked you to keep it alive by staying close to me. Somewhere, the dream became heavy. You measured it against your limits, compared it to others' timelines, doubted its worth because it didn't unfold as expected. I never said it would be quick. I said it would be worth it. My dreams for you were never tied to perfect conditions. They thrive through surrender. I am reigniting the spark. You don't need a new blueprint. You need to come back to my feet. Let me speak to it again. Let me refresh your passion, restore your vision, and refine your understanding. The dream is sacred, but it has always needed my voice more than your effort. You tried moving ahead without me and grew weary. You tried carrying it without support and felt crushed. Now I'm calling you back into alignment, not to punish, but to remind you this dream was never about what you could build, but what we would create together. It still matters. It still has purpose. Type yes if you are ready for the blessings that you are about to receive. And if you believe in Christianity, kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. The doors will open, timing will align, favor will flow, but only as you return to the voice that spoke it. You don't need to figure out how to get from here to there. Take the next step with me. Remember what you heard at first. Let me reframe it through maturity and the lessons pain taught you. Let me correct what needs correcting, not to condemn, but to realign. I'm not angry that you grew tired or disappointed that you set it down. I was there, watching, waiting, guarding the dream from dying. I'm stirring you again. Can you feel it? That restlessness isn't frustration, it's resurrection. I'm calling you to believe again, not blindly but boldly, not with naivety but with trust refined by fire. It's time to dream again, not with your own voice, but with mine leading. What I placed in you was never meant to stay dormant. Breathe into it again. As you do, you'll watch what you thought was over begin to move, grow, and bloom in places where it looked like nothing could rise. The dream still lives, child, and so do you. There are things around you, some visible, some hidden, slowing you down in ways you don't fully see. They aren't always obvious threats. Sometimes they come as good intentions, comfortable routines, familiar mindsets, or unhealed places you stop tending. These delays were planted to quietly drain your focus, chip at your faith, and make you tolerate what you were anointed to overcome. You felt the pressure, the repeating patterns, the slow erosion of momentum, and you've wondered why progress stays just out of reach. Here's the truth. I'm ready to confront every hindrance, every weight that clings, every compromise that crowds your steps, every hesitation that keeps you circling the same mountain. I'm not here to comfort you in delay. I'm here to break you out. But I need your permission. I won't force freedom on a heart clinging to what's familiar. You prayed for change and I listened. But change carries cost. I must strip away things, not to hurt you, but to accelerate you. What slows you isn't always sin. Sometimes it's refusing to release what you've outgrown. You can't carry dead weight into a divine assignment. You can't walk into a new season holding pieces I asked you to release. You've held back because surrender means letting me reorder plans, rewrite timelines, reshape habits, and even remove people who no longer serve your calling. I know it's uncomfortable. I know there's grief in release, but the cost of holding on will always be higher than the cost of letting go. You've delayed long enough. You've watched doors open a little and then close because something in your life wouldn't move. You tasted the beginning of breakthroughs that never finished because you hesitated at obedience's edge. I'm here, not to condemn, but to offer you one more chance to fully agree. Say yes to pruning, yes to the discomfort of realignment, yes to hard conversations, new boundaries, and bold steps. Yes to my hand uprooting what's entangled you, even if it's something you once begged me to bless. I know what's best. I know what's on the other side of surrender. I know how fast things move once unnecessary weight is removed. But I can't force your freedom. You must choose it. Want it more than the convenience of what's in your hands. This isn't punishment, it's preparation. Time lost in delay is time the enemy uses to sow doubt. That's why this moment is critical. Your yes now carries power to shatter cycles that followed you for years. It shifts atmospheres, cancels sabotage, and releases what's been locked up. But I can do it only with your agreement. Let me into the parts you're proud of and the parts you've hidden. The parts you're afraid to face, the parts you called not that serious. Every hidden delay is a threat to your destiny, and I love you too much to watch you stay tangled in what I already died to free you from. Say yes now, before another moment passes, before another prayer asks for movement without obedience. I'm ready. I'm waiting. Your response will shape what I do next. Let me remove it. Let me take what's held you back. Say yes fully, honestly, without hesitation, and watch what happens when nothing's in the way. This next stretch won't be without opposition, not because I'm punishing you, but because what's ahead is greater than what you've walked through. I'm not making it harder. I'm preparing you to carry more. Increase doesn't come without resistance. The enemy knows you're near a threshold that could change your life and others' lives. That's why tension rose and pressure built. Hear me. You don't have to face this test in your own strength. You don't have to muster confidence, fake bravery, or pretend you're okay. I will be your strength, your source, your peace, your endurance, your clarity. But it will require closeness. You can't afford to drift. Don't let distraction, discouragement, or exhaustion pull you from the shelter of my presence. This test will reveal where your trust truly lies, feelings or me. It's easy to follow on smooth paths. This moment will show you and those watching that your anchor holds under pressure. I know you faced storms before. This is different. This test isn't about surviving, it's about stepping into maturity. A maturity that doesn't flinch when circumstances shift and stands on my word when logic can't explain outcomes. I'm not breaking you, I'm revealing you. I'm drawing out the strength I already placed in you. You may feel like you're walking through fire, but not a hair will be singed if you stay close. My presence is your protection. My voice is your compass. Don't let the trial speak louder than my promise. You'll be tempted to fear, to chase shortcuts, or to back down when opposition rises. But I've equipped you with wisdom to discern, grace to endure, and faith to push through. Tests aren't for me to learn you. I already know you. They're for you to see what I've built in you. You'll witness your own strength in the fire. You'll realize what used to break you doesn't shake you now. This test is about revelation, not rejection, about growth, not punishment, victory, not failure. Decide to stay close. Don't distance yourself when it gets hard. Don't go silent when pressure increases. Press in. Stay in worship. Stay in the Word. Stay aligned with what I last told you. Even when you don't feel me, believe I'm near. I won't let you walk alone. I will sustain every step, and when it's over, when the weight lifts and the dust settles, you'll come out not only with testimony, but with territory. The test isn't the end, it's the transition. Those who stay close will walk out stronger, wiser, and marked by my glory in ways they never imagined. Don't fear it. Face it. With me beside you. You are not alone, and you never will be. You felt the strain, the stretching, the ache of uncertainty lingering longer than you expected. This season demanded more patience, more faith, more stillness than you thought you had. At times it felt like everything under your feet was shaking. What once made sense no longer gave stability. You've wondered if you took a wrong turn or missed something important, if you failed a test you didn't know you were in. Hear this. I wasn't punishing you. I was tuning your ears. This wasn't absence. It was invitation. An invitation to go deeper, to hear beyond noise, to move beyond surface faith into a life that discerns my voice with precision. When things slowed, when doors didn't open, when answers didn't come quickly, it wasn't because I forgot you. I was teaching you something that can only be learned in quiet. I wasn't ignoring your prayers. I was drawing you into a new dependence. I don't want you to hear me only when everything is loud and clear. I want you to hear me in the quiet, in still places where the world can't reach you. This season trained your spirit to listen with more than your ears. It refined your ability to recognize me in the subtle, to trust me in the fog, to obey me when nothing looks as you expected. You learned to wait when you wanted to write, to lean when you wanted to run. That isn't failure, it's growth. Though uncomfortable, it was necessary. Where I'm taking you next, you'll need more than enthusiasm, you'll need clarity. You'll need to discern what's me and what isn't. You'll need to hear the difference between opportunity and distraction. You'll need to recognize my voice when it moves against what's popular or convenient. That level of discernment doesn't come through ease. It comes through seasons like this. Seasons that strip you to the foundation so I can rebuild. This process didn't remove your purpose. It sharpened your perception. So don't despise what you've walked through. Don't wish it away. This season built something in you that blessing alone could never teach. You're coming out with ears that hear truth in the middle of lies, with a heart that doesn't chase approval, but stays anchored in conviction. You've learned to recognize my whisper, even in storms. Because of that, you're no longer shaken by every shift. That's maturity. That's why I allowed the stretching, to build a stillness that listens even when everything feels chaotic. I'm about to speak direction again. I'm about to open doors and release acceleration. But you needed this silence first. You needed to learn to hear me clearly, so when I speak next, you won't question. You'll recognize and move with confidence. Not because you solved everything, but because your spirit learned my rhythm. Now you'll lead with discernment, walk with focus, and stand with wisdom. This didn't break you, it prepared you for what I'm ready to release. I know how deeply it wounded you, how betrayal left a mark, how silence from those you trusted stunned more than words, how replayed moments still trigger what you wish you could forget. You've tried to move forward, but the pain lingers. You dressed it with distraction, buried it under busyness, covered it in logic, but it's still there, quietly shaping your decisions, your relationships, even your view of me. I never asked you to pretend you were okay. I asked you to bring it to me. You've held the wound tightly, thinking if you let go, you'd also let go of justice, or the right to feel how deeply it broke you. I'm not asking you to forget what happened. I'm asking you to release its power over you. I can't place healing in hands still gripping pain. You think the pain protects you, but it prevents you. It blocks joy from flowing freely. It distorts how you see others. It makes you brace for rejection in places where I've sent restoration. You allowed hurt to become a lens, and it's blurring what I want to show you. I see your hesitation. I know loosening your grip feels vulnerable, to stop rehearsing the story, to stop clinging to the identity formed in heartbreak's aftermath. But healing requires release, not because your pain isn't valid, but because it's incomplete without my touch. I alone reached the deep. I saw it all, from start to finish. The hidden conversations, piercing looks, stolen opportunities. I was there. While you waited for an apology or explanation, I've held healing in my hands, waiting for you to open yours. I want to pour wholeness into you, not a temporary fix, but restoration so complete you won't recognize yourself compared to your wounded season. I want to renew your hope without fear, refill your heart without bitterness, give you love that doesn't feel like a threat, peace that doesn't feel foreign, and trust that doesn't feel reckless. For that to happen, unclench the pain. Stop making a home for it. Type yes if you are ready for the blessings that you are about to receive. And if you believe in Christianity, kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. Stop believing healing means weakness. It doesn't. It means wisdom. It means you've seen what pain can do, and you've chosen not to let it own you. You've chosen me. When you truly release what hurt you, I will rush in. I will soothe what's raw, restore what's torn, lift what's heavy, and guard your heart with strength you've never felt. But you must make room. Grudges, shame, regrets crowd the space where I want to dwell. You can't carry freedom and offense together. Let it go, not because they deserve it, but because you do. You deserve to be free, to breathe without the weight of what they did, to walk in healing so complete your scars shine as proof of my goodness. I'm not rushing you. I'm calling you to choose release, to choose restoration, to choose wholeness. Let it go, and I'll show you what healing really looks like, lasting, full, and completely yours. You've grown used to hearing me guide you, to receive direction and correction in the still places of your heart. Today, I'm not only here to lead you, I'm inviting you into deeper relationship with me, not more effort or striving, but a depth that doesn't depend on productivity or perfect steps. This is not performance. It's presence. What I'm offering is more than a path forward. It's a place to rest. It's communion, not just compliance. I'm not handing you a task, I'm giving you access to my heart. You've been faithful to listen, to seek my will, to walk where I led, and I honor that. But you were made for more than following orders. You were made for intimacy. I created you not just to fulfill a mission, but to be with me in everything. This moment isn't just another checkpoint, it's a doorway into a new closeness. Step through, not with anxiety or fear of messing up, but with confidence in the love I've already poured out. This love isn't earned by action, it's embraced by awareness. You don't need to impress me. I already know you. I chose you. You are mine. Come close, not as a servant waiting for orders, but as a child who knows their father wants them near. There are things I want to show you that aren't instructions. They're born from friendship. I want to walk with you, talk with you, reveal my thoughts to you. The how of my heart, not just the what to do. You were never meant to feel like a worker in my kingdom. You were meant to feel like family. Family isn't rushed or transactional. Family makes room. That's what this invitation is, making room. Not just in your schedule, but in your heart. Room to be still. Room to listen not only for guidance, but for comfort. Room for laughter with me. Peace in my presence. Tears that don't need explaining. I'm not handing you a new list of expectations. I'm holding out my hand, asking you to walk with me, not to the next task, but to the next level of knowing me. I see how you've focused on purpose, how you've measured value by output. Your value doesn't rise with activity, it's anchored in the fact that I made you. I love you, and I want you near. If you stay distant, you'll keep mistaking my voice for commands. Draw near and you'll recognize my tone, not demanding, but delighting. I'm not pointing a finger, I'm opening my arms. This moment is holy, not because of what you're about to do, but because of what I'm offering, myself. Pause. Let go of pressure to perform. Receive this invitation. Come back to where it began, not duty, but love. That's where you'll hear me clearest, where fear loosens its grip, where your heart finally exhales. I'm not asking more from you. I'm offering more to you. Don't miss it. This is your invitation. There's a shift happening, not yet around you, but in the heavens. I've been waiting, watching, whispering, giving you space to process, wrestle, and choose. My mercy held the door open longer than expected. I extended grace where judgment could have come. I shielded you from consequences that would have been justified, not because you earned immunity, but because I wanted you to grow without fear. Now the atmosphere is changing. Not because my love is less, but because your calling can't sit in delay any longer. What was mercy in waiting is becoming motion. Things are about to move quickly, unmistakably, and they won't be stopped. I'm stepping in with power where I once stood back in patience. I'm telling you now so you don't mistake movement for chaos. What seems sudden has been simmering for a long time. I've aligned things behind the curtain while you learn to be faithful in quiet. Now it's time. Time for the next stage. For the change you felt but couldn't explain, for the momentum you prayed for. Even if you don't feel ready, don't misread divine movement as disruption. What I'm doing will disturb some things, yes, but not to destroy, to reorder and clarify. The foundation has been set. While you may still feel unfinished, I declare you ready. Mercy sustained you when you were fragile. Now movement will stretch you into strength. You've been carried, now you'll begin to run. People will shift, environments will shift, opportunities will shift. Some doors will close faster than expected, others will swing open and leave you breathless. Every shift is strategic, connected to what I've spoken over your life. I didn't forget the blueprint. I've been building in phases. You're stepping into acceleration, not because you forced it, but because you trusted me through the delay. Acceleration brings responsibility. You'll have to release what won't move with you. You'll have to set down what's too heavy for this speed. That's why I pruned. That's why some relationships felt distant, why certain routines felt hollow. It wasn't punishment, it was preparation. I couldn't allow what was stagnant to weigh down what I'm activating now. Here's the key. If you cling to what belonged to the slow season, you'll sabotage the swiftness of what's next. Move when I move, listen quicker, decide sooner, say yes. Your past hesitation didn't cancel my plan, but from here, hesitation will delay manifestation. I speak with urgency because I don't want you to miss what's unfolding. I am in the movement, in the speed, in the shift. See it, not with anxiety, but with awe. My mercy hasn't ended, it transformed. What once held back consequences now propels the promise. You've waited long enough, you matured in the quiet, you grew roots in stillness. Now rise. Mercy brought you here. Movement will take you further. Don't resist it. Don't question it. Stay in step. I'm not just bringing breakthrough. I'm bringing momentum that won't slow once it starts. You're about to feel it, see it, walk in it, and things will make sense in my flow. You've stood at a crossroads, sensing change but unsure when to act. Now the way forward is opening, not with a dramatic flash, but with deliberate alignment. I've moved ahead of you, removing unseen barriers, dismantling traps designed to confuse or delay. I've spoken to people on your behalf, stirring hearts, softening resistance, preparing the atmosphere for your next step. None of that matters if you hesitate when I say go. The path I'm clearing isn't permanent, it's prophetic. It's a divine window that requires sensitivity and immediate obedience. This isn't rushing, it's recognizing. Holy timing is at work, a sequence unfolding that won't wait for prolonged deliberation. When I say move, it won't always make sense to logic, feel safe to emotions, or be confirmed by those around you. But when I say move, I've already prepared what you're stepping into. I don't instruct without intention. Every forward call is backed by provision I've set in place. The path won't look polished. It may appear narrow, unfamiliar, uncomfortable, but it will be covered by my presence, and that's the sign you need. I'm not asking you to move because conditions are perfect. I'm asking because my voice is leading. You prayed for clarity. I'm giving it, not as explanation, but as command. You asked for direction. This is it. Your step activates what waiting cannot. This isn't the time to second guess or ask for more confirmation. You heard me. You felt me. You know it's time. I won't drag you. I never force movement. I extend invitation. When you respond, everything shifts into alignment. Provision flows, people appear, opportunities align. But they wait on your obedience. I'm not calling you to lead blindly. I'm calling you to follow faithfully. This path won't be crowded or familiar, but it will be covered by favor, by grace, by purpose. Delay too long, and the opportunity recedes into what could have been. I don't say that to scare you, but to awaken you. You've been prepared, tested, stretched, matured. You're more ready than you realize. Even in weakness, my strength is enough for every unfamiliar step. Timing matters. I've gone before you to make crooked places straight, to silence confusion, to clear interference. But what I've cleared won't remain open forever. This is a now moment, a divine intersection between preparation and release. The only way across is to respond. Not tomorrow, not once you feel confident, now. I'm walking, and I want you walking with me. Every step will echo with purpose and open something new, but the step must come first. I am not in analysis. I am in action. I've cleared the way. All that's left is your yes. You've asked me again and again, Lord, if this is you, give me a sign. You've begged for confirmation, something tangible to anchor your steps. You scrolled, waited, listened, and wondered, searching for clarity your heart needed but your mind couldn't name. Pause and recognize this moment for what it is. This isn't just another message. This is a divine interruption, a whisper wrapped in words, a direct response to the cries you thought no one heard. You've walked carefully, afraid of the wrong decision. You hesitated, afraid a quick move would be a misstep. I'm showing up, not with thunder, but with a gentle, unmistakable word. This is your sign. Not because it's dramatic, but because it's divinely timed. You didn't stumble here. I drew you. I place these words before you, not just to encourage, but to direct, confirm, and release what I've been stirring in you. The thing you tried to push away or delay, I'm bringing it to the surface with intention. Your spirit already knows the answer. You just needed courage to trust it. I'm telling you, it's me. I'm in this. I planted the vision. I allowed tension so you'd lean closer. I've been confirming through peace when everything else screamed panic. I don't speak in confusion or tease your destiny. When I send a sign, it's to guide. This isn't only reassurance, it's instruction. I'm not just affirming what you felt, I'm releasing you to act on it. You waited for clouds to part, for handwriting in the sky. Remember, I often speak in stillness, and this sacred still moment shows I haven't ignored you. You waited for the right time to answer. You saw glimpses, but this is clarity. You had impressions, but this is confirmation. Now I'm asking you not just to receive the sign, but to respond. Don't overanalyze how it came. Recognize that it did. This is the yes you asked for, the push you prayed would come. The green light you feared to believe. Stop searching for what I've already given. The door is before you. The opportunity is valid. The confirmation has arrived. What's next will require boldness, but it will be backed by my authority. You won't step out alone. You'll step into what I prepared. This sign isn't about feelings. It's about direction. Listen closely and sense the shift. Feel the fire return, the peace settle, the alignment click into place. This is me, not distant or silent, but present and clear. What you do with this sign will shape what I release next. Don't scroll past it. Don't call it coincidence. Let your spirit recognize it. Let your heart say yes to what it knows is mine. This is the sign you asked for. And I'm giving it freely so you walk forward, not uncertain, but confident that your steps are ordered by the one who formed your path. There are moments that carry more weight, not because I love you more in them, but because they're turning points, windows aligned with divine timing. This is one of those moments. It may not feel dramatic, no lightning, no roar. But in the spirit, it's alive with purpose. This is where everything I worked into your journey meets everything I'm ready to release. Don't casually walk past it. If you ignore this, if you brush off the prompting, delay the response, or second guess what your spirit knows, you won't just delay progress. You'll forfeit something precious that's been in preparation long before you prayed for it. I'm not pressuring you. I'm protecting what I entrusted to you. You asked for answers, movement, and what's next. Now that I'm revealing it, do not turn away. This isn't just another option. It's the alignment of promises, timing, people, and purpose, woven in ways you could never orchestrate. You see the surface. I see how long I've woven this together. I see generations' prayers you're positioned to fulfill. I see moments you thought were wasted that became foundation. I see healing, refining, and growth that happened in silence when you felt forgotten. After all that, I place this next step before you. If you treat it like just another choice, you'll miss the magnitude. Don't assume there will always be another chance. I am merciful and patient, but divine doors don't stay open forever. There is a rhythm to my release, and this moment has its own sound. It won't come around the same way again. I carved this timing with precision, cleared paths, removed hindrances, silenced distractions to bring you here. Now I'm calling for your attention. Not a casual glance, but full surrender. This separates wandering from walking, turns faith from theory into motion, redefines what your life will echo beyond your years. If you walk away, you'll still be loved, but you'll live with the ache of what could have been, of what I was ready to give that you were hesitant to receive. That isn't my desire. My desire is that you step boldly into what I orchestrated with love and detail, that you partner with me to complete what heaven designed for your life. You're closer than you realize, closer than your fears suggest. The resistance you feel isn't a stop sign, it's proof that breakthrough is near. That's why the pressure increased and the battle intensified. Because this moment matters, and you have a choice. Freeze in fear or follow my voice. Excuse yourself out of destiny, or step to the place I prepared, where preparation becomes promise. I don't want you to miss it. I want you to take hold of it. See what's sacred. Recognize this isn't just another moment, it's the moment I've been preparing since the beginning. Don't let it pass. I haven't been drawing you near only to ease pain or calm fear, though I've met you in the broken places and wrapped you in peace. My presence has never been just for comfort. It's always been a calling. From the start, I called you out of shallow waters into the depth of purpose. I've been preparing you through pain, through silence, through ordinary days. My whispers weren't lullabies, they were summons. Now rise, not only as one who knows me intimately, but as one who carries my authority publicly. You've been comforted long enough. Now carry what I placed in you. Release what I poured into your spirit. Rise with a voice shaped by obedience, not hesitation. You are not fragile anymore. What tried to break you revealed the strength I put in you. I see how you healed, learned, and matured in secret. I didn't shape that for survival alone. I shaped it for influence. I've called you to enter rooms not only to receive peace, but to release it. To speak not only from wounds, but from wisdom. To lead not because you're perfect, but because you're proof of what my presence can do in a life that refuses to give up. This isn't about platform or popularity, it's about purpose. I place something in you the world needs, something that can't stay hidden. I'm not suggesting you're being summoned. You asked for clarity. I'm giving it, not as more comfort, but as the clear sound of calling. This is the shift. This is where you stop asking if you're ready and start trusting that I am. I'm not asking for flawless execution. I'm asking for a heart that says yes with trembling hands. Your inadequacy doesn't intimidate me. I chose you knowing every limitation. I knew who you were when I called. What matters now is your response. Will you stay in comfort when I'm asking you to rise in courage? Will you keep seeking signs when you already hear my voice? This is the moment to cross from receiving to releasing. You've received enough to pour out. You've sat at my feet long enough to stand in what I've spoken. You don't need another affirmation to know this is real. You need to step forward with faith that doesn't wobble at the first obstacle. I'll be with you. I'll go before you. I'll sustain you when you feel stretched. But I can't fulfill through you what you keep holding back. Gifts aren't for storage. They're for service. Wisdom isn't for safety. It's for others. The fire in your bones isn't emotion, it's evidence of calling. You've been anointed not only to survive battles, but to lead others through them. Come out of hiding, shake off the false humility that masks fear as wisdom. You are being called, and those I call, I equip. I didn't comfort you so you'd stay the same. I comforted you so you could answer without collapsing. Now is the time. The world doesn't need a more perfect version of you. It needs the obedient one. The one who heard and responded. The one who drops hesitation, picks up purpose, and walks forward. Not for applause, but because obedience is worship. You are not just being soothed, you are being sent. You've tried to get everything just right, fixing flaws before moving, rehearsing steps before taking them, overthinking decisions as if I demand flawlessness. I never asked for that. I didn't call you to impress me, I called you to trust me. I'm not waiting for you to become perfect before I use you. I'm asking for obedience in the middle of the mess. You don't need a polished life to be worthy of my voice. You don't need every answer or to erase every weakness to walk in my will. I look for surrender, not performance, for a heart that says yes even while trembling. I don't measure how clean your record looks. I look at how open your heart is to follow when the path makes little sense. Perfection will exhaust you with pressure I never placed on you. Obedience brings life, releases miracles, shifts atmospheres. I can work with broken if it's surrendered. I can use tired if it's willing. The only thing I can't move through is pride that refuses to release control. Stop waiting until you feel qualified. Stop stalling until your circumstances look more spiritual. What you call unworthy, I call chosen. What you think disqualifies you, I can redeem in a breath. I'm not looking for the most impressive. I'm looking for the most available. You think you need to be strong, polished, flawless. I need obedience that echoes yes in every room, even the rooms filled with doubt, where your past is remembered, where you still feel unseen. You don't need to look the part. You need to walk with me. When I called Moses, he stuttered. When I called David, he was overlooked. When I called Mary, she was young and hidden. When I called Peter, he was impulsive. In each, I saw obedience, not a flawless record, but a heart that trusted my voice more than insecurity. That's what I see in you. You've disqualified yourself with every mistake, delay, and emotion you thought made you unstable. I'm not looking at your track record. I'm looking at your trajectory. Right now, I'm calling you forward, not because you've got it all together, but because you'll follow when it's inconvenient, uncomfortable, and costly to your image of control. Your obedience matters more than your resume. Your response matters more than your reasons. Stop saying, "I'll go when I'm ready." I'm not waiting for your readiness. I'm releasing grace to go now. In going, you'll be shaped. In trusting, you'll be equipped. In walking, you'll be transformed. Obedience isn't about knowing the outcome. It's about trusting the one writing it. I'm writing something beautiful through your surrender, not your perfection. Take off the weight of performance. Take off the pressure to be flawless. I never put that on you. I asked for your yes. When you give it, I'll do what only I can. I will breathe on your willingness, stretch your steps into miracles, multiply your little into much, and pour out heaven where you simply obeyed. The blessing isn't in the image, it's in obedience. Say yes, right here, right now. Not because you're perfect, but because you know I am. You've held back. Not because you don't believe what I've shown you, but because you're waiting for others to see it too. You looked for nods, waited for validation, Hope for support from trusted voices. Silence from others doesn't equal silence from me. I already confirmed what I placed inside you. I already gave you the green light. I already whispered truth when no one was watching. Hear me. You don't need another opinion when you've already received my instruction. Don't delay obedience in the name of diplomacy. Don't dilute your anointing to keep others comfortable. What I asked you to do won't always come with applause. The more divine it is, the more resistance it may attract. That doesn't make it less real. You're not crazy or dramatic or moving too fast. You're responding to what I affirmed in the quiet chambers of your soul. They didn't hear what you heard, feel what you felt, pray the prayers you prayed, or sit in the silence where I met you. Don't be surprised when they don't understand your next step. Obedience doesn't always look logical to spectators. Sometimes the people you hoped would support you can't see what I showed you privately. I'm not asking you to dishonor them. I'm asking you to follow me. I'm not asking you to cut ties. I'm asking you to stop tying your confidence to their opinion. What I spoke to you is between us, not subject to approval from those who weren't in the room when I confirmed it in your spirit. You don't need everyone to agree for it to be true. I've stamped my yes on your calling, confirmed it through peace that doesn't fade, through doors that opened when they should have stayed shut, through the way your heart burns when you think of the assignment. I'm not vague. I've made myself clear. The longer you wait for cheers, the more you risk drifting from what I ordained. Their approval may never come, and that's okay. I have affirmed you. You don't need a crowd. You need my presence, and you have it. Stop stalling. Stop asking for signs from people I didn't choose to guide your next move. What I'm doing in your life is personal, and your faith must rest in my voice, not their reaction. You may be misunderstood or overlooked, but you'll be exactly where I need you. I will go with you. I will walk before you. I will quiet the doubts that rise as you step. But you must stop waiting for confirmation I already gave. What if Abraham had waited for others to believe he'd heard me? What if Noah had asked for community consensus before building? What if Mary had waited for public support before saying yes to the miracle within her? My confirmation has already come. You heard me. You know it. You felt me press it into your soul. Now walk in it. Move with conviction. Let their questions remain unanswered if it means my will remains fulfilled. I will handle their understanding and soften hearts in my timing. Your part is to trust what I confirmed and act like you believe it. Obedience isn't about everyone's agreement. It's about surrender to me, and you're ready. I already said yes. Now I'm waiting for yours to be louder than your fear of rejection. Amen.